Good evening, Mistress. You called for me? And to your bedroom, no less. Is this what I think it is? I always knew you'd come around eventually. Oh, you just wanted to go over your schedule again? That's okay. It is my foremost duty in life to serve you in every single way, even the more tame ways. But as for your schedule, it is clear for tonight, unless you want me to change that. Anyway, tomorrow morning there's the meeting with our intelligence officers, then the meeting with the spy master, and then I have to give you that full body massage. Oh, you're right. There is something here that doesn't belong. The meeting with the spy master, obviously. You're already meeting with the intelligence officers. Meeting with the spy master, too, is just redundant. Oh, as you wish, Mistress. We can take that massage out of your schedule. Maybe next time. As for the subject of tomorrow's meetings, they're really both the same. They're all about identifying dissenters and developing responses to deal with them. It is quite unfortunate that not everyone worships you. I know it might sound biased coming from me, seeing as how I have a special reason to adore you and worship the ground you walk on. I'm a demon after all. I would be burning in hell right now if it wasn't for you. It wasn't enjoyable, you know, burning in hell for all those centuries. Every second was agony. I couldn't think of anything except how much it hurt. I can't even remember anything before the pain. What my name was, what my life was, I don't remember. I don't remember what sins I committed, but they must have been great atrocities if it put me through that. But then everything changed when you summoned me. You summoned me and made me yours, then all the pain went away. You gave me a new purpose as your familiar, as your most devoted servant, your fanatical worshipper, and you promised you'd never let me go back. The least I can do is offer you my everything. And of course, giving you my everything includes giving you the details from the spy master and officers. They've already given me their summary reports, although I'm sure they won't accept that as a replacement for meeting with you. I can still give you the quick rundown, though. One popular suggestion for identifying and eliminating dissent is creating a supposedly anonymous avenue for people to complain about your rule. Of course, it will not be so anonymous, and any who dare to criticize your divine perfect rule will, of course, be punished to the full extent of the law. How convenient, then, that you are the law. Although it is ultimately your call, Mistress, the officers and spy master were all unanimous in their recommendation that such blasphemers should be put to death. I struggle to find any flaw in their reasoning. Death is letting them off easy. You are a goddess, and not just any goddess, but the goddess of the entire world. The rest of the world just doesn't realize it yet. But we, your faithful servants, shall educate them, if not through peaceful means, then by some other means. We just have to conquer them first. Every living thing in this world owes you worship. You are the goddess above all other gods and goddesses, the highest and most perfect existence. If there is any good thing in this world, it is due to your graciousness. If there is any flaw, it is in spite of you. If anyone wishes to praise you, they should do so freely, and if anyone wishes to criticize you, they should shut their damn mouths. As I said, Mistress, it is your decision whether you intend to authorize the executions of your critics. Personally, if anyone wronged you in such a way, I would insist upon immediate punishment, and of course any trials would be unnecessary. If you have sentenced them, then they are surely guilty. I myself would accept any punishment you had for me if I wronged you, whether you pushed me off a cliff, left me to drown at sea, or put me in an Iron Maiden. It's only natural for me to accept any punishment you would inflict upon me, as your word is law. In fact, I have often thought about you punishing me, usually while blushing, but that's besides the point. Please forgive my great insolence, Mistress. I humbly ask you to educate this ignorant servant. What point am I missing? Of course, Mistress. Very well. I shall inform the officers not to kill these particular blasphemers, until you choose to withdraw your mercy, of course. What a wise and sage goddess you are. Truly your grand design is beyond reproach. Tolerating them for now shall embolden them to reveal themselves, and then we can get rid of them all in one fell swoop at a later date. I would expect nothing less brilliant from the one supreme goddess over all, and the woman I fell so madly in love with. Yes, of course, you are correct as always, Mistress. I am sure there is much I have misunderstood about your plan, because I am unable to grasp the full extent of your endless brilliance. But rest assured, I shall carry out your orders to the letter, even if I cannot understand the reasoning behind them. No, Mistress, you still have more scheduled after the morning. Tomorrow afternoon, the head engineer had wanted to give you an update on how your statue is coming along. Even in its unfinished state, the statue is marvelous, though not as marvelous as you, of course. Obviously, no mere statue can capture your perfection, but even a pale imitation of the sight of you is exciting, and not just in a normal way. After all, you are the greatest sight to behold, the sweetest voice to hear, and I fantasize you must be the finest touch to feel. If there is one flaw that the statue has, it would be its title. The engineers had wanted to call it merely the Great Goddess. But you are so much greater than that, Mistress. You are the nexus from which all beauty in life is brought forth. When the flowers bloom, they bloom for you, Mistress. When the birds sing, they sing for you, Mistress. The clouds would not bother to bring rain to the land were it not for your existence to justify it. You are the owner of the entire universe, of the sky, land, and sea, of the stars beyond, of all the things and all the people, and of course I cannot neglect to mention that includes me. My mind, body, soul, heart, thoughts, and body. Did I mention my body? So I did, Mistress. Back to the statue. When complete, it will stand at 400 meters tall, making it by far the tallest statue in the world. And of course, if we find a taller statue out there in the world, we can always tear it down. Any who would disrespect you in such a manner cannot be tolerated. Well, after that, there's just a quick meeting with the poets for the afternoon. You know, the ones that were commissioned to compose a national epic that celebrates your majesty and the founding of our very nation. As of right now, the longest epic in the world is about 200,000 verses long. Of course, we cannot be outdone. You deserve better, Mistress. That is why I told the poets our epic must be at least 300,000 verses long. It is a grand undertaking, but no undertaking is too grand for you, Mistress. I instructed them personally. Everything must be just right. For instance, the epic must show how merciful you are, Mistress. I have contributed a few such lines to it. For instance, the faithful prostrated, begging our goddess, let us serve. She was merciful and gave us more than we deserve, giving life back to the slain, granting us ease where once there was pain. But that is not all, Mistress. The epic must also show how powerful you are. For you are indeed a mighty and powerful goddess. I have had the privilege to also contribute a few such lines. I can recite some of them for you now. For years the ash would cover the sky. Crops would not grow without light passing by. Mothers wept in vain as they buried their sons. Then Our Lady whispered to the ash, vanish, and it was done. What do you think, Mistress? I think I might still have to tweak the syllables a bit, but the general concept is really good. To be honest, although many would think of it as work, it's fun and enjoyable for me to compose such lines for you, Mistress. I would love to compose all 300,000 lines for you myself, if you would only give me the time. It's another way of worshipping you, and I love to worship you. I want to worship you in every single way. And I mean every single way. Please do let me know if you'll ever indulge me. My great apologies, Mistress. I bow at your feet in atonement. Yes, of course breakfast will be scheduled tomorrow as well. There is no way I can let the mornings go by without attending to your needs. Well, I suppose they're more like wants, since a goddess such as yourself does not need to eat or drink. I had merely thought that the meal was already implied in the schedule, but I should have stated it more clearly. Is there anything in particular you had wanted the chef to make? Our wealthy and powerful kingdom has prospered greatly under your enlightened rule, so there is no shortage of rare or luxurious foods for you to ask for. Ask for anything. I'll make sure the chef makes it, even if I have to ask at knife point. So what would you like to enjoy for breakfast? Dragon eggs, hydra sushi, dryad salad, me? Oh, all right. Maybe for dinner instead. Thank you to Yan Khan on Reddit for this devilish script. If you enjoyed this audio, remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And of course, thank you for listening.